Welcome to another episode of Lotek Health. Today is Meatless Eatless Mental Mushroom Monday. I'm sporting my Nehru jacket from the 70s. Didn't think I could, I thought I might be able to fit into it. She looks awesome. I love this damn thing. Looking like Bruce Lee. It's a white dude with a bad haircut. I know, I'm getting one. Soon. Try to explain what this little blue looking tape tourniquet hanging down from a light is. It is just a way to make me a little easier to reach the light, make my arms seem longer. Not try too hard. For those watching, you can see the light turning on and off. Maybe been something that's been bothering people watching the videos, but hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. Makes me lazy. A little productivity hack. Something on Meatless Eatless Mental Mushroom Mondays. I'm trying to get better pushing out, pressing. When I wake up, on top of trying to meditate, I don't know. Sometimes I get it. I know they say if you don't have 10 minutes to meditate, you actually need 2 hours, which, okay, that's fine. It makes sense. I do eye exercises, which for anyone watching, I'm going to run through a quick one. You just move side to side, up, down, diagonal, both ways, circular eye exercises, and they help your proprioception. They help where your body is in space be recognized. So I do those every morning, and they really help. They help especially in the sauna to prevent me from realizing how hot it is and wanting to get out. It feels great once you get out of the sauna. Lengthens your telomeres. Really cool thing. I'll post something in my blog about it soon because I put way too much time in nursing school into this post instead of paying attention to the musculoskeletal system. Bucks traction. There wasn't one question I had about Bucks traction. Just a little butt hurt about Bucks traction. That's okay. So, Monday, coming in at the wire, late posting today, because I had some wild dreams. Can't even get into them. Car crashes, overlords, Svengalis. They weren't very happy. They were very jolly. But I was counseled by my dad to do these podcasts, these videos, a little bit more towards how I was speaking to my aunt about what she went through in the hospital and her hospital experience. And it's valid. I'm still getting my legs underneath me with this. So I'm going to do my best to recreate a little bit of what we were talking about, which she had some health issues, had dizziness, constant nausea, and she went to the hospital. They ran all the blood tests, took all the blood, and there's a thing where if you're not really, really sick with an obvious malady, they don't give you an answer very well, and you end up walking away more confused than when you got there about what's happening. She did get a few answers. She has what's called a thoracic aneurysm, aneurysm that is little bleb off of your aorta, the main artery feeding your whole body. Perfusion, it all comes back to perfusion. I'll get more into that in a second. But they're telling her that they're not going to operate until it is about 5 to 6 centimeters, which is good. We really don't want to operate. We don't want to go under the knife. When you go into a hospital, they break your most fantastic defense of infection, which is intact skin. What do? We stick an IV in you, stick a tube in here, stick a tube in your nose if we have to. There's a saying in ICU, if there's a tube for every hole, and if you don't have a hole, we can make one and put a tube in it. But it's not something we really want to do because there are always complications. So I'm telling her all this because I'm telling her about perfusion, what she can do. She smokes. They told her that she doesn't have COPD, but she has what's called bronchitis, which is inflammation of the bronchial airway, which is the trees that come down to feed your big lungs, and a touch of the other one, which is emphysema, which is where the end of the fingertips of your lungs try to widen out and get better at exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide. They're trying to make more surface area. They're not getting better at it. Oh, and our video just went dead. That's cool. So they're trying to get better at it by widening out. That's called emphysema. They told us she had a touch of it, but not COPD, which, from what I understood, if you have 2 of the 3 of COPD, which is asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, then you have COPD. But they didn't diagnose her with it. I'm glad, I guess. But the biggest takeaway I was pushing through to her is that with this top-down thinking, they're not going to emphasize, the physician, the provider team is not going to emphasize what she can do to start to reverse whatever is going on, which is constant nausea. It is a diverticulitis, inflammation, and it's a thoracic aneurysm, which is scary. I'm almost freaked out, but she's in a place where I always tell this to patients, even if they're on their closest place to making that hospital bed a deathbed, which we don't want to. We want to make it just a regular old hospital bed. That she's breathing on her own. That is a major thing. She can strengthen that. She can continue to breathe on her own. It is all about perfusion. This top-down thinking where they want to pinpoint the worst, and it's hard to revamp it, but the hospital industry needs to strengthen those who work bottom up, which in my opinion is nurses, nurse practitioners, physical therapists, respiratory therapists, people who can allow themselves time to teach in a way that they'll understand and they can practice and recondition the patient to get that they can do something about it, which in her case, she needs to breathe deeper. She needs to work on her breathing constantly. She needs to do the incentive spirometer, the thing that everybody hates me throwing in their face, but if you're getting pain medicine, you're getting it just because they have the sickest people in the hospital. You don't want to go home with something extra that you didn't come there with. And with lungs, her lungs look great. You can get oxygen to the right places, but she's also got to stop smoking cigarettes, which nicotine is great for you. They're finding it's a neurotropic medication or medicine. It can start to feed your brain and make you a little faster, sharper, stronger, better, faster, stronger, harder. But there's that oral fixation that comes with smoking. So I've heard from people who've quit after many, many years of trying to quit on top of smoking that lozenges really help. Something oral, something you can put in your mouth. They tried the patches. They tried the straws with the patches where you just cut a straw in half and smoke on it while you got a patch, because you don't feel the patch. You're not, the smoking of the cigarette gets you an immediate But anyways, getting a little into the weeds. I think I got to her. I helped her recondition. There's a problem with people who argue with patients or with people they're trying to help recondition themselves, that they think being as intense as possible and raising them to that intensification, that level of trauma that they once felt, will help them break their habit. It won't. They'll shut off, they'll stop listening, and you'll fail to let yourself translate expert knowledge. They won't be listening. So with that, thank you for tuning in to Meatless Eatless Mental Mushroom Mondays. This is Brad Burns with Lotek Health. Thank you.